stand as the Florentine American Legion color guard presents our nation's colors, followed by the band proclaims our national anthem.
So we're on the air right now.
To honor our veterans and country, our band and choir will now share a special performance.
We are privileged this morning to have Sergeant Zach Essex as our speaker. Sergeant First Class Zach Essex is a graduate of Western Boone Junior-Senior High School, but joined the Army National Guard when he was just 17 years old and still in his junior year at WeBo. He went to boot camp the summer before his senior year, graduated in 2004, and became a cannon crew member for Charlie Battery, 2nd of the 150th Field Artillery Battalion here in Lebanon. Sergeant Essex has had many assignments over his 15 years of service that include gunner and truck commander for 2nd 150th Field Artillery, recruiting and retention for Indiana, unit supply sergeant for Headquarters 219th Battlefield Surveillance Brigade, senior intelligence sergeant for Headquarters 81st Troop Command, rear detachment commander and unit readiness manager for the 1313th Engineer Company, and Division Operations NCO for the 38th Infantry Division. He has specialized training in improvised explosive device defeat courses, infantry, artillery, joint fire coordination, horizontal engineering, logistics, air assault, military intelligence, and battle staff operations. Sergeant Essex is a decorated war veteran who has been deployed to Iraq twice in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2006 and Operation New Dawn in 2011. Sergeant Essex is currently employed as the Army National Guard recruiter at the Lebanon Armory and is very excited and humbled to be surrounded by so much support in his hometown. Please help me in welcoming Sergeant Essex.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's ceremony. I appreciate your attendance and an honor to be speaking on such a memorable occasion. We're here on Veterans Day to thank, remember, and honor all those who have served across our services, past and present, for displaying the courage it takes to volunteer and to defend our freedom, and remember the sacrifices they have made and continue to make for the sake of duty, honor, and country. Originally, Veterans Day was called Armistice Day, which was designated on this as the day of celebration to the end of World War I. The First World War ended November 11, 1918, and the legislation that created Veterans Day was, and I quote, dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be hereafter celebrated and known as Armistice Day. As time went on and we engaged in other conflicts around the world in defense of our ideals of equality, peace, and prosperity, during World War II in Korea, Veterans Group lobbied for a change. Rather than honor the armistice and only those who served in World War I, the holiday would now honor all veterans from every war and conflict the United States had encountered. Since then, on this holiday, we gather around the country to honor all those troops for their service and sacrifice. As I stand here just thinking of all the heroes with us in the room, those who are here only in spirit, I can't but help feel awed by the enormity of what the servicemen and women have encountered. We are amongst true patriots. We are here with the family and friends of those who have nobly served. Will all the service members and veterans please stand? Thank you for answering the call to duty. You have made our armed forces the most respected in the world, and I'm proud to serve alongside you. Now I'd also like to ask the family members of service members to stand and join them. From me, a service member married to another service member, on behalf of all of our fellow veterans, we know you lived through the toughest of times, and we are grateful for your support. And thanks for welcoming us back home. Please be seated. The service members we honor today come from all walks of life, but they share several fundamental qualities: courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity. All the qualities needed to serve and cause larger than oneself. Since the first shots at Lexington and Concord were fired, and as our Revolutionary War began, American men and women have been answering the nation's call to duty. Many of them didn't ask to leave their homes. Many of them didn't even volunteer. They didn't go to war because they loved fighting. They were ordinary people who responded to extraordinary circumstances in extreme times. They rose to the nation's call because they wanted to protect a homeland which has given us, our lives as we know them. Millions of Americans have fought and died on the battlefields here and abroad to defend our freedom and the way of life. Today, our troops continue to make the ultimate sacrifice, and even as we lose troops, more and more Americans step forward and say, "I am ready." They follow in the footsteps of generations of fine Americans. We have awarded medals to many soldiers, added their names to monuments, and erected buildings in their memory to honor them in their bravery, but no number of monuments, medals, and ribbons can comfort the families and friends left behind. Our gathering is just one small spark in the flame of pride that burns across the nation today and every day. Your presence here and the presence of those of us gathering all across America is a tribute to the troops lost and their families who mourn them. It sends a message: we remember. To those military members currently serving and our veterans who are still living, we say a genuine, heartfelt thank you. From the soldiers who shivered and starved through the winter at Valley Forge, to the doughboys crouched in the muddy trenches at France, to the platoon who patrolled the hazy jungle of Vietnam, and to the young men and women patrolling the mountains of Afghanistan, we thank you. Thank you so much for attending today. May God bless you, may God bless our troops, and may God bless America.
Thank you, Mr. Essex. Please join me in watching a special tribute video prepared by Mr. Foxworthy in the radio and TV class.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. But I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Everyone, please stand. Please remain standing for the retiring of colors. Thank you for joining us today. Please continue to keep all veterans in your thoughts today. This concludes our ceremony. You are dismissed the second hour. Thank you.